Uber stock is up nearly 10% pre-market, and I wrote cover calls on my position just yesterday. I own 300 shares, and now what the heck am I gonna do? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Compounding with Cody. We're gonna hop right into the portfolio this morning because I do respect your time. I'm gonna keep this video short and sweet, go over Uber earnings, what happened, what were expectations, how the market's reacting to it, and most importantly, guys, I wrote covered calls on this position, 300 shares. They're at the money. What am I gonna do now? So if we jump over to Uber this morning, Uber is up nearly 10% in the pre-market. You may be asking why, and that is because they reported earnings this morning before the bell. And at the time of the recording on May 6th, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning here. Wanted to hop on before I head to work just to show you what's happening here, guys. So it was up 10.3%. It's retraced a little bit off the high here. But why is that? I'm going to jump over to my good friend ChatGPT, who I like to use for quick just kind of earning analysis to see kind of what happened and why and what is making this stock move. So if we look here, revenue came in at $13.2 billion, up 14% year over year. That was slightly below expectations, but it's all about the guidance, guys. We talked about that in the last video. Uber's guidance for Q2, which is next quarter, they actually guided up, so we're going to get to that in a minute. They beat EPS, 72 cents a share. The census on the street was 69 cents. Gross bookings were up. That shows how many people were on the platform, and that's up 25% year over year. And trips were up too, so that's a great one. All in all, pretty decent report. If we jump back over to Uber, guys, kind of trading down a little bit right now. The stock market, again, what I said in yesterday's video, the stock market is a discounting mechanism for the future. A lot of this information is baked into these stock prices. We as investors need to understand what is baked in, what isn't baked in, what are expectations. We talked about that yesterday. Expectations on this name were somewhat low, up running into the print. If we jump over to Webull, the stock is retraced briefly down 35%. I'm going to go over this really quick because I do respect your time this morning. As you guys are probably heading into work or at work right now, go back, watch my video yesterday for kind of a little bit more of a technical analysis on this trade and on this stock. So going into earnings, we're down. We're trying to find support here. Now we're trying to rally back. We're getting a little rally here in the pre-market session, which isn't bad. Again, be mindful if you guys are trading this position. We are below the 200-day moving average. My mindset is anytime we're below that, it's gonna be headwinds down on the stock. The stock is going to probably have to face that 200-day moving average here in the next few days and weeks. So just be mindful of that as it's coming down. So now hopping back over to Uber, if you guys watched my last video just yesterday, I sold covered calls on my Uber position at the $80 strike price. My cost basis on this trade is $79.47 on 300 shares. It's about a $24,000 position. So now if we look at the price, the stock is at $78.98. We're near the money. What am I doing with this trade? Just so you know, the $213 is in my account, cash. That is something guaranteed with this trade. That's cash in my account. I knew setting up into this trade, we were down on the position. I wanted some upside. I gave myself about, gave myself about $1,900 to run. We have now run that $1,800. So this morning I'm up on this trade, $1,800. Now what do I do next? Well, watch my next video. I'm gonna release a video today, this afternoon, and then give an update on this position on Friday so you see what happens with this position. One of two things could happen, and I don't think many people cover this with covered calls. So when you sell a covered call, my strike price is at the $80 strike price, right? We go into this trade here again. I sold the Uber $80 call. So that means by the expiration date, which in this case is May 8th, which is this Friday, I do weekly options. I do this every single week, guys. This week I made up over nearly $600. Last week I made $700. If this is your first time here, there's a link in the description below. The first link is a copy to my beginner's guide and what I do in the stock market, selling options. It's 100% free. In the description below, click it. I'll send you an email so you can see that if that's something you guys find useful. So every option has an expiration date. This expiration date is May 8th. So with a covered call, if my stock is trading above the $80 strike price, which is what my strike price is on this trade, by expiration, these shares could be called away from me, right? The buyer of an option has the right, but not the obligation to buy your shares. Between me, you, and this wall, if that stock price is up over $80 per share at expiration, more than likely that buyer is going to exercise that contract. There is intrinsic value in that contract, and it would be advantageous for them to do so. For me as the seller, I would keep that $213 in premium. I could go on to my next trade. I could roll this position. You're going to want to tune in, subscribe to the channel for Friday's video, because you're going to see exactly how I go over that and what that trade routine looks like for me. For today on this position, guys, see these two things, my hands, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm doing nothing up until expiration, which is this Friday. So this Friday, you're going to see me trade that out and see what that looks like. So if you guys are investors and you are trading this alongside me, like, good luck on this trade. Guys, just because we're up 10% pre-market does not mean this will stay up once the market opens, right? Expectations going into the print were high. They did meet and miss on a few different things. We just touched on that. This could backfill. This could come back and fill, but we have a plan. We know what that plan is, and we just need to follow it. So again, guys, I wanted to hop on here early before I head out the door to work, but I appreciate you hopping on the channel. If you're new here, consider giving us a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.